It's Tina. Welcome to Tina's Talk Time, and welcome to episode 2 of the Transatlantic Housewives. It's just myself. Excuse me, I've been eating an olive. And Maree from UKGurl, G-U-R-L. Now you must watch Maree because she's got a very important announcement to make tonight. Anyway, Maree's idea is that we answer the Halloween questions, which I've got some here. I don't know whether I'll get a chance to get through all of them. And we make a Halloween snack. Well, I'm afraid my snack is very, very basic. I'll show you what I've got. I've got some round crackers. I would say, oh, do you know what have I got on my nose? Do you know I had cream cheese on my nose? That's because I've been sneaking some beforehand. Round crackers, they're not the Ritz ones, they're the oldie ones, but there you are. And then I've got some cream cheese and some olives. So all I'm going to do, I'm sorry, you're going to think this is very basic, but I've been a bit busy this week. I'll try and show you down there. I'm just going to put some cream cheese on the crackers. Very technical this is. I can bake. I'm going to do a parking recipe soon. Try and get it done before bonfire night, and then you can have some for bonfire night. That's for all the UK people. If you live further afield, you perhaps don't know what bonfire night is. Every year on the 5th of November, the children have fireworks and a big bonfire, all to do with guide forks. So I'm just going to cut these in the middle so they look a bit like an eye. I did think you could put a bit of ketchup or something. So that's my very basic snack. I'm sorry, Maree. I know yours will probably be outstanding. But that's my very basic snack. So, and then I didn't get a cocktail because I'm filming this in the day and I thought I don't really want a cocktail at this time. So I've put some Diet Coke in a cocktail glass. So actually, this is quite nice. Right. That's the snack part dealt with. Right. I'm going to go through the questions. I do like Diet Coke actually. Oh, can you see that plant in the background there? That's just a piece of ginger that started sprouting, so we planted it. I don't know what you're supposed to do with it. Maybe somebody out there knows. Right, I'm going to need my glasses on. I thought these looked a bit witchy. What do you think? Right, these are the questions. I don't know whether I'll get through all of them. Right, some of them I haven't got a clue how to answer. Right. Oh, if you were there to spend the night in a haunted house, would I? If the electricity was on and if somebody was with me, maybe, yes. Our local theatre, in Blackpool, there's a beautiful theatre called the Grand Theatre. We've got more than one theatre, but that one's an absolutely beautiful one, and that's supposed to be haunted. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting comfy. That's supposed to be haunted, and periodically they have like a sleepover there. And I always wanted to go to it, but there was always some reason I couldn't. Probably because nobody go with me. Do you know I've not put this light on? Hang on a minute. There is that. Oh, I don't know if that's better or not. I think that's worse. Do you? Because it reflects in my glasses. Turn it off. You'll have to let me know next time whether it's better with that light on or off. Right, so I did want to go. So I think I would sleep in a haunted house if somebody was with me, if I wasn't on my own. I don't think I could do it on my own. And also, if there was electricity, if it was dark, I don't think I would want to. Right, question number 2. What's this? Do I prefer gore or thrillers? Definitely thrillers. That's my favourite type of film, a thriller. I'm not keen on horror films, but I do like a thriller. I love Malice. There's lots of thrillers that I really, really like. The Shawshank Redemption. Oh, loads of them. But I do like a thriller. That's always my first choice of film. Right. Question number 3. Do I believe in ghosts? It's a good one, this, because I don't know whether I do or whether I don't. I'm not sure really. I sometimes think, like when my mum died, she said to me she would come back, and she never did. So not that in the 20 odd years since she died, she never did. So I don't know whether I believe. I don't think I do, but having said that, there has been some creepy experiences. Not far from here is a hall called Mains Hall. And if you actually go in the old house of it, I'll have to take those off, they're irritating me. If you actually go in the old house of Mains Hall, that is supposed to be haunted, because I think some of the Catholic priests in the Reformation hid in there. And it is a beautiful, beautiful old building. And I always remember I was there with my sister-in-law. We went, because it's a function place now. And there was just one corridor that you went down to the toilet, to the washroom, or whatever you want to call it. And as you went down it went icy cold. So that was a bit weird. So, and I used to do a bit of local history years ago, and I do know that, you know, it was supposed to be haunted. So whether it is or not, I don't know. It's weird really, isn't it? I really don't know whether I believe in it or not. Anyway, moving on to the next question. I wonder how Maree's getting on. If I got trapped in a scary movie, which would I choose? Oh my goodness. I don't really like horror films, but I'll tell you what I did used to love. I used to love when I was a teenager, you know, when you used to go to the cinemas. I'm talking about like 60 years ago. Well, no, probably not 60 years ago, but 55 years ago. I used to love Hammer House of Horrors, and it was always like Count Dracula and Frankenstein and all that, and I used to love those. I did like those. So maybe I might get trapped in with the vampires, with Dracula, as long as I got a silver bullet, or what is it, a wooden stake through the heart, or running water. I can't remember all the things that killed them, but that would be the scariest movie I would go in. I don't like the modern horror films. There's too much gore in them. I loved Hammer House of Horrors. They ought to do a rerun of it on the TV, didn't they? Mind you, it probably seemed very weak to people nowadays. Right, another question. Am I scared of spiders? Well, I'm not really scared of spiders when I see them. I don't particularly like them, but I'm not scared of them. My daughter is terrified of them, but I'm not scared of them. I mean, my daughter's so frightened that she taught the dog to catch them years ago. That was what she was like, but I'm not. But years and years ago, and this is when I was a child, I don't think any of you will remember this programme. I must have only been about 9. And there was this programme on a Saturday evening called The Voodoo Factor. And it was about, it was a series, it was on every week, and it was about a woman. I can't really remember much about it, but she changed into a tarantula spider. and that scared the life out of me. So I was terrified at that time of it. But just normal house spiders, I'm not too bothered about, you know, but the voodoo factor, that, I don't know if anybody, I don't suppose anybody will remember it because I'm going back years and years, but that was scary. That always scared me as a child. I always remember, I probably shouldn't have watched it at that age, you know, but anyway. So that's that question answered. I wonder how Maree's getting on. What does Halloween mean to me? Well, you know, when I was younger, nobody ever celebrated Halloween. I mean, I don't know whether it's something that should be celebrated, really. But what it means to me is, I just love, I'm not keen on the ghosty and scary type decorations, but I love decorating for autumn. And I love the children coming. I love trick-or-treat. I love the children coming for trick-or-treat. So that's what it means to me. It's like a warm, nice feeling that you're going to get. I mean, most of the children come with their parents, you know, and I think it's pretty safe for them when they're with their parents. I think it's quite a nice thing. And I don't think they seem to go to every house. I mean, obviously, if you trimmed your house up. I mean, around here, it was if you lit a pumpkin in your window, it was a sign that the children could come for trick-or-treat. So I think that's quite a good idea. So that's really what Halloween means to me. Anyway, Maree, I've got an apple for you. The gorgeous apples out of my tree. Here we go. Here, take a bite. Oh, do you know, there was something weird about that apple. It had a funny taste. Hope Maree's all right. And talking about spiders. Anyway, you see what happens at Halloween? Just one more little drink of my Coke. And I think I'll have another eyeball. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? Anyway, moving on to some more questions. Oh God, do you know, I was hoping I wouldn't get this. What are my recommendations for an easy do-it-yourself costume if you got asked to go to a fancy dress party at the last minute? Well, I'm not, I think that olive went down the wrong way. I'm not very good at suggestions like that, but all I could think of was a black bin bag, using a black bin bag and going as a witch. You know, that's all I could think. Maybe put it over like as a dress. I'm joking. That apple was really bad, I'll tell you. I hope you, Maree, I hope you're all right. So I can't really think of anything else. I'm not very good like that. Excuse me. Right. Do I decorate for Halloween? Excuse me. Just have another drink. There definitely was something wrong with that apple. Do I decorate for Halloween and any special memories? I don't really have any special memories of Halloween because we didn't really do anything for Halloween as a child. What we used to do was it was all focused on bonfire night, and I lived in Yorkshire and a lot of the streets were unmade in those days. They always used to have a big bonfire on the street, and everybody used to get involved. It was nice, really, you know. And we used to go plotting. We used to call it plotting, where we used to go finding wood to put on the bonfire, and then you used to steal wood from other people's bonfires. You used to sneak in and try and get it, and you thought you were really good. Everybody used to do it, all the kids. And then on the bonfire night, we always used to have pie and peas. and it was like steeped peas and pork pies, you know, the pork pies in the peas. It was really, really nice. And somebody would make that, you know, one of the mums or a couple of the mums would make that. And treacle toffee, you know. We used to, and we always used to have a guy. They used to make a guy to put on the, you know, a guy forks to put on the bonfire. So that's sort of what we did. We didn't really celebrate or do anything for Halloween. I don't know whether it's anything that you could call should be celebrated, but you know what I mean? We never did anything for Halloween. It was always bonfire night. Right, another question. Would I ever go in a graveyard at night? It's very similar to the haunted house. Well, I probably would if somebody was with me. I wouldn't go in on my own, definitely. I'm not scared of graveyards, really. But I've only ever been in the day. What's this one? Oh, the scariest films. The scariest films. I don't really like the new horror films. I thought Carrie, you know, Stephen King's Carrie was very, very scary. I think a lot of Stephen King's films are, and yet as a writer I really like him, but not his horror ones. You know, Misery, I didn't like that either. I also didn't like, I don't know if you remember this, there was one called Pray for Rosemary's Baby. I hated that, it was really scary. And then I didn't like that one with the clowning, Is That It or something? I thought that was scary. So I don't really watch a lot of horror films because I just don't like them, but I do like a good thriller. Right, moving on. Favourite horror or villain? Oh, favourite horror or villain? Will it be Count Dracula? I like my House of Hammer, you know, the Hammer House of Horrors, those sort of films where it's a bit, you know, weak. There's a big one here. What's this? Oh, it's probably just... Did I go trick-or-treating as a child? No, I didn't, because we didn't do Halloween, you know, as such. So we didn't do that. We didn't do carol singing at Christmas. Not that I can sing. Right, a couple more questions now. Would I rather go to a Halloween party or trick-or-treat? Have a Halloween party. Definitely have a party. I'm a party person. So I definitely would like a party. I wouldn't go trick-or-treating. I mean, did I take the children? I can't remember whether we did. Yeah, I think I did when they were young. I can't remember. Right, just a couple more left in here. Oh, just one. Best sweets to buy for the trick-or-treaters. Oh, well, that's a good question. I tend to buy those. I don't know what they are. They've got little packets in because I think it's important now that they're all wrapped individually, you know, with COVID and everything. So I try and get those that are the Haribos and there's little packets inside. So I tend to get those. I'm not keen on lollipops because I think if they fall on them, they could hurt themselves. So I just buy those. Oh, the little packets of Maltesers or something like that. So, I mean, I think they're just happy if they get something, aren't they? Anyway, I think that is coming to the end of our little Halloween collab. So I now hope you will go over to Maree's channel, UKGurl, G-U-R-L, and I'll put the link in the description box and watch her video. She's got quite an exciting announcement to make tonight. Oh, look at my head. It looks like a spider, doesn't it? Oh, sorry, I'm being stupid, aren't I? Right, so it's going to be goodbye for me for now. What have I got coming up? I've got my empties video to do. I'll have to do that because they seem to have got quite big. And and I've got the mask, you know, the LED mask. I have been researching it. So that's quite interesting, I hope, you know. I won't be doing any more of those sort of clothing that I did on the last one. I have got some more clothing coming. I hope it's nothing like that. Anyway, but I love the costumes. I love the Halloween costumes. And I'm sure there was something else I was going to... Oh, I'll tell you what I was going to tell you. I don't know whether any of you are aware, but the Marks and Spencer's Advent Calendar has come out. If you spent £40... No, you spend £30, you can buy the calendar for 40, and it's worth 300. So just thought I'd drop you that little tip. I'm sure there was something else I was going to tell you as well. Oh, I know what it was. You know, I was wanting an air fryer. Well, I'm going to eat another one of these. Well, I couldn't get a Ninja and I couldn't get a Casara. So I've had to get, I don't even know what it is. They're sold out everywhere. A Vita, something or other. So I'll tell you about that, and if anybody's got one, they can give me their advice on it. Okay, so I'm going now. So happy Halloween, and it's bye from me. Nip over to see Maree now. Okay, bye.